from one rapper pulling out a gun on an interviewer to another rapper beating one of his ops for talking during an interview. These are some of the most disturbing and disrespectful interviews with rappers of all time. Starting things off with Florida rapper Broke as Fuck. After dropping his breakout single Comments back in 2020, he's been making waves online, especially for his slight resemblance with NBA YoungBoy. But outside the rap game, Broke as Fuck has some huge ties with gangs in the real world. He got shot in the chest, arm, and stomach during a tragic drive-by shootout. And ever since then, he's been standing on business by keeping his strap closer than his enemy.
Oh my gosh. What kind of tank top is that? Why is the neck part so long? That's gotta be his girl's. Hey, there's no way that's a men's tank top.
During an interview with YouTuber and musical director Hood Rich Kevin, Broke as Fuck came on high as a kite, and the interviewer didn't help matters by asking pretty dumb questions. But the real juice in this interview came when Hood Rich Kevin tried implicating Broke as Fuck by asking some deep Fed type questions, making Broke as Fuck silence him with his gun.
That bitch.
And it even got weirder when the interviewer started asking Broke as Fuck for his thoughts about Tupac's murder. But it definitely wasn't as weird as rapper Baby Los getting asked about—
Oh my gosh. Bruh, someone just— not Kodak. Someone else just put Comethazine. That's what he looked like. And a little bit of Trill Sammy. Comethazine, Kodak, and Trill Sammy all together. Holy shit. This nigga's scary as hell.
the Island Boys kissing on camera. Baby Lo started making a name for—
What the fuck? Why would you put that so big in my face? Pause. I don't even want to watch this video now.
himself back in 2020 after linking up with the Island Boys. He hung out with them so much that he got tagged as the fourth Island Boy. But during the interview, this guy dared to ask Los if he saw the viral video of the Island Boys kissing each other.
Gotta ask you, bro, like, this is— everybody wants to know, did you see the Island Boys kiss?
Bruh.
That pissed him off, making him flash his Glock.
Like, bruh, stop doing
Making
that,
him
bro.
flash
Like,
his Glock.
this interview ain't about that. Like, it could go down in this interview, bruh. Like,
He also threatened to take things south if the interviewer asked one more dumb question.
do you want it to go down in this interview? Do you want it to go down, yes or no?
Nah, I feel you, bro. It's good, bro. It's good, bro. You feel me?
Coincidentally, it was the same interviewer who made Broke as flash his strap, so I guess it's safe to say he needs to learn how to conduct a proper interview.
I'm telling you, bro, we need to up the prices on podcasts, interviews, bro. Interview equipment. We got to. At least a mic and headset combined. There's no individual. You got to buy them both. 2 bands. And you're required to get warranty. Another 2 bands. Right on that.
Just like rapper Lil Kelpie needs to learn to keep his mouth shut to avoid getting beat up during an interview. California rappers Lil Kelpie and Almighty Suspect got invited to the No Jumper podcast. And at the start of the interview, Adam22 questioned Kelpie about his former YouTube program and the cops pulling over to his home with a search warrant.
They were suspicious of you.
Yeah, they were trying to say that I was like, you know, drug dealing or something like that.
Okay.
And
But you don't have a case as a result of this?
Nah, I never heard back from him, honestly.
Then it got a little dark when Adam asked Almighty Suspect for his opinion on Kelpie wearing a dollar chain and fur coat like a pimp on a prior interview he had done.
Oh, this is what pimps is supposed to look like. I got my little dollar sign chain, my little fur
I got
coat.
2 of them.
To get everybody to understand, yeah, because you pulled up in a pimp costume.
Now things basically escalated from there, both rappers poking at each other until Suspect claimed no one knew who Kelpie was, and Kelpie replied by calling him a bitch.
I'm Lil
Who
Kelpie,
are you? No
Kelpie
one
the
knows
pimp.
you.
Kelpie the motherfucking
Kelpie the
pimp.
clown. Who you calling a bitch though?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Got his ass spat on and knocked out. Yeah, we ain't no fighting, bro. I'm coming back. Nah, I ain't doing that. For what? What's that gonna solve? Nothing. But that's what it ends up to. That pride, be really that ego and pride.
Bam! Just like that, these two got into a brawl. Members of the No Jumper crew plus security had to step in to break up the fight within seconds. But this was just one more reminder that a lot of crazy things go down on the No Jumper podcast. Like the time—
What doesn't go down in the No Jumper podcast? Like, he's bringing gang affiliated people, and then he be igniting the beef too. Like, it'll be a cool interview, but he just needs something to go viral with. So he'll bring up the interviewer's ops, family, whatever, to get him to talk about something or to do something.
When No Jumper's Flacco and the guest
Oh my gosh, this nigga got auntie legs.
16 shot him, began
Is he in a blazer and shorts?
and spitting on each other for some crazy stuff.
I'm not even gonna
Flacco
buy it.
blamed 16 for something he pulled on Adam 22, and with 16 trying to defend himself, things got out of hand, and this happened.
Bro, that's a.
Hey, stop
bro.
playing before I smack the
Bro,
shit out you.
do it.
That's not the worst thing that ever happened on this show, like the time Chicago rapper FBG Cash got killed just months after running his mouth at Lil Durk. And for some context here, FBG Cash took a disrespectful photo in front of the King Von mural painted on a
See, bro, this is why you just, it's the same thing with that one guy that got set up. I forgot his name. He posted on Instagram him at his apartment and there was blood everywhere. Literally he posted on how he like killed like 2 people and then got killed what like weeks later after posting that.
wall around the Chicago
And he had an interview. I forgot his name though.
apartment building in Parkway Gardens, where Vaughn grew up. And not long after taking that photo, he went on No Jumper, detailing the conversation he had
See,
with Lil
literally what I'm
Durk
talking
to
about.
Adam 22. In his words, he said,
What kind of conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
Me, you know, go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah.
well, that escalated things out of proportion as Lil Durk dropped a subtle diss to FBG Cash in his song, Computer Murderers, when he said, sneaking pics by Von Mural like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. And just 3 months later, FBG Cash got smoked.
A Southside rapper was killed this morning after a gunman armed with a rifle opened fire on his car. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton performed under the name FBG Cash.
This increased
What's
beef
the
between
disguise, bro?
both Southside groups, FBG and O-Block, but it would be another FBG member who would get targeted next, and I'm talking about FBG Butta. Butta's known for being a real street dude, with a long rivalry with King Von before he died. Butta once jumped Von on a school bus and fought plenty of other dudes like LA, Chief Keef, T.
Bro, I always hate
Butta once jumped Von on a school bus.
dudes that roll. Is that a ski mask? I think that's probably why I hate it when people did this shit. Like, it would be on the, especially bald people. I don't know why bald people do that. Roll they head up all the way and just have it sit up on the top of their bald head, bro. Won't pull that shit. I guess it's fashion. It be the ones that be having the long dress shirts that they don't tuck in, the dress pants tight as hell, and them boots, them like mid-top boots.
And
Or I'm literally describing Joe Budden right now. Like, I can't get that fit out of my head.
fought plenty of other dudes like LA, Chief Keef, T-Roy, and Nuwop. But it wasn't until his interview with Say Cheese where he unconsciously confessed to the killing of another rival, O.D. Berry, that made Butta put himself in the spotlight for the wrong reasons.
You stupid.
What about the picture that
Take
went?
me to jail. Give me the cups.
Yo, Butter. What
I'll
about
take
the
it,
what
yeah.
about the picture that went viral with Muwop
So that's
wearing
what he look like?
with the duck sneakers?
That's clown.
After that interview, Butta got to sit down with Vlad for another interview, but this time he indirectly pinned OD's death on his deceased sister, K.I.
They're saying that she was the shooter. That's the rumor.
I mean, it's footage. It's actually it's a video.
Of Odie Perry getting killed?
Yeah.
And you saw it?
I ain't seen nothing, man. I just heard the stories, bro.
Okay.
Folks believed he only did this to avoid getting probed for OD's murder. Nonetheless, Butta may have not been telling the full truth here because on the night of August 10th, 2011, sometime before midnight, O.D. Berry rode his bike over to a Swisher store, and after getting some Swisher, was riding back to his apartment complex when a car pulled up beside him, and a man.
Bro, what this got to do with Nipsey? This is 2 different states right now. They talking about RIP Nipsey, bro, but I don't know what these random footages of other rappers popping up that got nothing to do with the story.
Masked gunman came out, firing 2 shots at OD, and jumping back into the vehicle to speed off. And here's the thing. As OD fell off his bike, some of his close friends rushed him to the hospital, where...
Bruh, this is literally...
Here's the thing. As OD fell...
Bro, this is... Ain't that Quavo? This is literally a footage of Takeoff when he got shot. That's still crazy to me how that happened. Like, talk about wrong place or wrong time. Like, if he was a person, like, that shit was so crazy to me. Over what? Dice? Millionaires couldn't let that pride down. That ego got to them, bro. That ego really be the death of many men in this world.
Fell off his bike, some of his close friends rushed him to the hospital, where he died a few hours later. But when questioned by the cops, those eyewitnesses claimed the shooter was an African-American male. This disputes the idea that Butta's sister, K.I., took the drop on O.D. Now, speaking of getting dropped, this next rapper, BTB Savage, got shot dead after a
This is what I was talking about. This is crazy how that the world does a full circle karma. Then again, it was self-defense.
Interview with Vlad TV.
Police are looking for the people who gunned down a San Antonio rapper in Houston last week. Family has identified the victim as Darrell Gentry, better known as BTB Savage.
Some say the interview with Vlad led to his death, not only because he was killed 4 days after that video dropped on YouTube, but because he talked about how he and his girlfriend killed a man who tried to rob him. And we get it, the story's already complicated, but we'll try to break it down. According to Savage, a local rapper had been trying to get a feature from him, so he agreed. However, when this rapper pulled up to Savage's apartment, he came with a car full of other dudes, one of whom was a guy named Omar Richardson. It was a weird situation, with this rapper and Omar looking over Savage's crib while sizing him up. They brought out some musical equipment and acted like they were about to start recording. But all of a sudden, this rapper claimed he'd forgotten some stuff in his car and went outside to get it. At this point, Savage knew these dudes were up to no good, so he reached for his door to lock it. However, once he did, that Omar dude brought in his strap, yelling for Savage to take off his chains and other jewelry. Savage complied, but as Omar was about to grab him from the floor, Savage took the opportunity and tried wrestling Omar to the ground. Luckily for him, Omar's strap fell out of his hand, and this was the moment Savage yelled out to his girlfriend to come in and use the gun. She picked it up and popped Omar twice, but out of fear dropped the gun again, allowing Omar to pick it up and fire 3 shots at her. Thankfully, they all missed, and Savage was able to get back in control. Now at this point, the rapper who wanted Savage's feature was outside shooting through the door with other gangbangers, and one of the bullets hit Savage while he was on the ground. But that's when Savage's girl held it down for him by firing 2 shots back
at the door. Or the dude, I forgot.
Making them run away and leaving Omar to die. At this point, Omar was bleeding and losing consciousness fast. BTB Savage didn't want to kill him because his son was in there, but Omar was still trying to fight. So Savage's girl shot him 2 more times, killing him on the spot. Savage had to call one of his homeboys to come by and drive him to the hospital because he was losing a lot of blood.
I didn't go to the hospital, bro. I just got shot in my bone, bro. Like, you got shot? He was like, bro, where you at? I'm like, I'm downtown at the spot at my crib. He was like, oh, I was out eating with a bitch or whatever, bro. Like, I'm 7 minutes away. I'm about to turn a lift to the crib. I'm like, bet. So boom, he pull up, he swing around. I jump in the car. We go to the hospital. Shit, I pass out for like.
Now Savage and his girl, who probably deserved.
And then it's because of this. He took it to the head by doing this, and that was bro, this was blowing up. Cause I'm so confused as to why this picture went viral. Then I heard the backstory. I was like, damn, full circle.
Deserves a girlfriend award for how she stood on business, got off on self-defense claims. Savage would go on to narrate everything like I just did in his interview with Vlad TV, with that video getting more than 3 million views in less than a week. But one thing in the interview stood out, and it was the way BTB Savage spoke about the incident. He was on that gangster don't mess with me type of shit, and Vlad noticed that, making him ask this question.
I mean, are you at all concerned that his people are going to try to come back?
Yeah, they for sure might do what they do. But I'm going to get active. That's all it is. And it is what it is. It's on the floor. It'll be smoke forever. Fuck.
March 30th, 2023. Savage posted photos to his Twitter showing the floor of his apartment stained with Omar's blood. He also captioned the post, "Too much motion," basically trolling the dude. But just like Vlad suspected, Omar's people came back for vengeance. Just 2 hours after posting the photos, he was on his way to the airport to leave the city, as he kind of suspected Omar's people might have wanted to avenge his death that night. And as he drove in his Mercedes, his car was boxed by gunmen, and he was shot dead. And looking back at it, maybe it wasn't the interview that caused his death. Could have been the post was the trigger that made Omar's people pull the trigger. While we'll never know what truly went down in their minds, Kevin Gates' mentality might have to be questioned after he said in this interview that he wouldn't mind another dude hitting on his girl as long as she recorded it. If you know Kevin Gates, you know he's on some semen retention type stuff. As he says, it helps him keep glowing. While that may be true to some extent, his words to DJ Academics during this interview say otherwise.
So you wouldn't be mad if another man penetrated a woman you were interested in or dealing with?
No, because that's just dick. Me and her have a psychokinetic relationship. Our relationship is
This
deep.
is the same guy that say he can start a car battery with his own hand and say, if God, if I'm lying, may God burn. If I'm lying, may God burn my children. Kill him today. Kill him today.
Kevin claims a lot of girls fantasize about that kind of stuff.
It's a lot of women fantasize about that. They just have a fear of judgment.
And I don't know really much about women. But what I do know is that Gucci Mane was mad disrespectful in an interview when talking about a body he dropped. Now Gucci showed no remorse to Pookie Loke, whom he took out in self-defense back in 2015, but claimed he felt bad for other things during an interview with See the God.
Yeah, I did some things that I wish I didn't do.
He literally buried somebody alive and then
But I was young.
about it.
I was young. But I did some
buried
things
someone
that
alive.
fucked up. They did wrong. So we
Killed him, buried him, then rapped in this, made a music video in the same area. He's literally a serial killer.
and everybody in the neighborhood know that, so ain't no going around that.
Even with the murder, even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that and you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. Put his supposed to be. He tried.
And in the case of Kanye West, he straight up disrespected Sway Talk after Sway advised him to empower himself and work alone instead of collaborating with international fashion brands. Back in 2013, Kanye came on a Sway's radio show and publicly lobbied for support from Fortune 500 companies like Walt Disney, Nike, and Google to help him create more, as he claimed to be the #1 most impactful artist of our generation.
I am. He not lying. He not lying. I swear to God, if a nigga says Drake, I might just look at you sideways.
The #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the...
Actually, nah, I'm gonna have to say he behind Michael Jackson.
Flesh.
This generation, yeah. Previous, I gotta give that to Mike.
Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you wanna marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Sway, in turn, recommended that West empower himself and invest in himself, to which West responded in one of his most viral moments, saying,
"Want you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself.
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. I've been doing this more than you.
But a decade later, it looked like Sway had the answers, as Adidas and Gap collaborated to destroy Kanye's Yeezy brand.
Damn.
And on Good Morning America back in 2022, Yee told the host, Lindsay Davis, that maybe Sway did have the answers back then.
So Sway, almost 10 years ago, said, man, why don't you do it on your own? Was he right?
You know what? I will go ahead and say Sway had the answer.
And answers were what Adam22 wanted, after rapper Lil Dump kept throwing up on a No Jumper podcast.
Anything in particular stand out?
Some say it could have been the pills he was popping before the interview, but when Adam22 asked, he denied being on anything.
So what just happened? What just happened?
Something deep in life that, I'd rather not talk about it,
But I'm just talking about you puking, or like the fact that you're kind of drunk, right?
no, I ain't drunk. I'm sober.
You're sober? No alcohol. That's not what's in that cup. I just kind of assumed it was alcohol.
Goddamn.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not that was true, Lil Dump was featured in a 20B1 YouTube video where he said, you know what, just listen to it yourself.
Why are you standing like that? Stand up, you gotta be louder, like.
I did more drugs than
Me too.
Amazing.
That's not okay.
I know.
Hopefully, Lil Dump gets the help he needs. Speaking of help, this interview with Lil Wayne got him talking about how he almost took his life due to him dealing with some mental issues. And the crazy thing is, it happened when he was just 12 years old. In this interview with Emmanuel Acho, Wayne revealed that back when his high school calendar was coming towards the end, he got to go to school on Thursdays and Fridays as a half day. But instead he lied to his mom that he only got one half day and would take the other day completely off to focus on spitting bars and making music. But somehow his mom found out, and his aunt gave him a call, telling him he was going to get whooped once his mom got home.
Phone call from my aunt was like, she found out, boy, you about to get your ass kicked, and all that rapping and all that, she about to take that rap folder, she about to throw that shit away, she about to, and I was like, wow, so all that had built up to me, so that was a build up.
And the next thing you know, Wayne attempted to take his own life.
I picked up the phone, I called the police. Yes, I knew where she kept her gun, and it was in her bedroom. And so I went in the bedroom, grabbed the gun. How I know I had mental health problems was I pulled the trigger.
You actually pulled the trigger?
Yeah, I pulled the trigger.
It was a white cop named Uncle Bob who eventually saved him by rushing him to the hospital. Moving on, you've probably seen the news about the whole P. Diddy controversy. But what you might have not seen is this interview from The Game, where he talked about the gay stuff going on in the industry years before Diddy got exposed. No Diddy. Way back in 2011, Compton rapper The Game did this interview centered around gay rappers and artists in the industry.
Look at gays in the entertainment business.
Yeah, they're around.
They're around.
The Game said he had a problem with them dudes who'd be gay and hiding in the closet, but also said he didn't have a problem with gay people in general.
Game. It's the same dude that let a grown-ass man take him shopping. Like, bro, shit is crazy. And, like, knowing, like, what P. Diddy or, like, what he's getting accused for, that shit is so scary because it just shows the amount of hush money and power people got to just let this shit go under the bus. Like, we really let R. Kelly marry a 15-year-old legally. Was okay with him being on literally in the background of Aaliyah's album. I didn't even notice that till someone brought it up. I'm pretty sure he was like in his late 20s too.
You don't have a problem.
He didn't need to go there too.
Gay people. Game has a problem with people that are pretending not to be gay, but that are that are gay.
Keep in mind that The Game and Diddy used to kick it back in the day. And at one point, The Game's own brother, Big Phase 100, uploaded a now-deleted IG post of Diddy hugging The Game from behind, suggesting the two were more than just friends, as The Game claimed during his interview on Drink Champs. And referring back to his interview with Vlad, The Game claimed he might have worked with a rapper who was actually gay.
So you think that you've worked with a gay rapper?
Yeah, and gay, not being just full out gay, but hiding and trying to pretend like he, loves girls and lives the rap lifestyle. Really, he's a man fan.
The Game's brother suggested with that IG post that his brother only attained great heights in his rap career because of his relationship with Diddy and not his street credibility. But street cred was also the center of discussion in this interview, featuring DJ Academics and Tekashi 6ix9ine, where Tekashi dissed all of them dead rappers.
King Von died lacking, Nipsey died lacking, Pop Smoke died lacking.
Right.
So can't lack?
No, you can't.
All right.
Kill or be killed in these streets.
All right.
Some dude named Hassan claimed during an interview that if he was in 69's position, he wouldn't have snitched, but refused to admit to the fact that he would have done the time instead. In 6ix9ine's opinion, he didn't feel the need.
Lying. Yo, I don't care how this is not taking that deal. Bro, they literally, if he didn't snitch, he would have took that time. While he was in court, they literally smashed his BM, his own crew. They literally robbed him and kicked him out. And they still want him to take that time? That's crazy.
Need to be loyal to his gang members because them dudes weren't even loyal to him.
Even people now, I know people from school. When I was in school, they would be on that street cred, talking about, oh, I'm not no snitch. I'm like, nigga, you are a regular citizen. You are a good boy. You got both parents talking about you're not. You go by street code, not snitching, bro. Stop it.
If you was in that position, what you would have done?
For me, you gotta understand.
I don't answer the question.
I would never tell.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. If you was in that position, you would have did that, Tom?
My whole thing is like this. Listen,
yo, bro, yes or no?
This is gonna make it spicy.
All right, go ahead.
If this is gonna make it spicy,
Right, cool.
see, my whole thing is like this, right? if I was in your position and Nuke and Hartford,
everybody could say, shoulda, coulda,
Why that you didn't say no? Let me know that you would have did the same shit he did.
No, hold up.
69 also made a point that all rappers claim never to be caught lacking until they actually do get caught lacking and probably wind up dead or incarcerated. And that perfectly explains how G Money lost his life after talking crazy about NBA Youngboy's sister in this interview with Say Cheese.
Youngboy, I love you, man. You got great music. You tell me to snitch. You tell me not to snitch and take the plea deal. I might just have to, bro. Youngboy is a fucking demon. I don't care what anyone says. That man is not human. If he wants something done, he will get it done. He threatened one of the most nicest, most humblest rappers, J. Cole, to come to Gravedigger Mountain. Hell no. Nigga had an evil smile. I'm good.
Now G Money and NBA used to be locked in until Youngboy started doing his own thing. And then G Money claimed in the interview that Youngboy was still mad about his relationship with Youngboy's sister.
Hey, but I mean, it ain't just nothing real major. Like, it ain't no real. I don't really have differences like that in this.
Not really. He mad about his sister too, though.
And for context, G Money claimed he slept with Youngboy's sister way back when they were all cool. But once YB got famous, he started tripping about it, and it fueled their beef. G Money would then drop a song titled Industry, where he straight up dissed YB and his sister by saying, and I quote, "All you niggas lame, sneak dissing on them songs. Your sister swallowed nut, so I never kissed her. But I f***ed her, so I never dissed her. You a bitch. I know the real you." And just 2 weeks after this song dropped, G Money was taken out. YB never got blamed for that murder, but word on the street suggests that he did the job. And since we've mentioned No Jumper so many times in this video already, it's only right we talk about one of the craziest moments that ever occurred on that podcast, where Adam 22 almost got robbed during recording. For some reason, the dude didn't pull the trigger, and while many say that was probably because he was holding a fake gun, Adam 22 security stepped in and pinned that dude to the ground. And if you thought that was crazy, check out some of these other videos showing right now.
Fucking fake gun is crazy. It's like you fucking die, dumbass nigga.